Launshya, viva! Password, 1, password 2, password.
So we are right here on the Copperbelt, as you can tell from the background. Yes, you guessed it right. Copperbelt province is where we are. So CSPR, in partnership with Open Society Foundation, is happy to hosting an inter-university debate. Yes, you heard it quite right. An inter-university debate, and I'm pretty sure you know what that means.
The management of public funds, outlining how something as avoidable as fiscal mismanagement worsened the crisis.
On Zambia, the community, the world, and another speaker from the within the boundaries of the House of Representatives. Here with me is the David Copperbelt.
Is it going to be the Copperbelt University? Is it going to be NORTEC? Is it going to be Launshya Business Technical College? Or is it going to be Mukuba University? What exactly is this debate looking at? It's looking at public awareness of public debt, youth involvement in public debt. Let's join hands as youth as we discuss matters of national importance.
The government data by the Central Statistics Office, the Zambia Modality between 2020 and 2022.
The President Speaker will break down Zambia's failure to diversify its economy, delaying the involvement of the International Monetary Fund. The third Speaker, ladies and gentlemen, will emphasize that the default was a policy failure and not a certainty. The summarizer, oh my, the summarizer will break down facts, leaving you with no doubt that Zambia's default on Eurobond payment was not inevitable. Ladies and gentlemen, a government or institution's ability to plan, control, and monitor its income is what we're referring to as fiscal management. It was never a certainty, it was a choice. That is why the government may argue that fiscal management was the reason why the default was made inevitable. But we must ask, who mismanaged the funds? Who overborrowed without a proper and sustainable repayment plan? Ladies and gentlemen, those were not acts of fate. Those were results of poor leadership and choices. Ladies and gentlemen, fiscal management does not make the default inevitable. It makes it possible. Zambia had a choice. It should have invested the Eurobond.
We enjoyed the grand finale. First of all, I would like to offer my appreciation to the intellectuals that we have in front of us in Mukuba University and Copperbelt University. I must say, as I was seated here listening to the arguments, I learned quite a lot, and it brought out some quite interesting research pieces.
And I take this opportunity to recognize our colleagues from civil society. I also want to recognize the spirit from the Bank of Zambia. I also want to recognize our colleagues from CSPR for having made an effort to arrange this very important event. I was pleased by Green when we were seated here that when I was coming here, I never expected that we were going to have this debate on public debt. I must confess that as a public officer who works in an institution where we deal with issues of public debt, our levels of understanding of our people is that we are very knowledgeable and we are following issues around the issue of debt. The PS would have loved to be here and grace this event, but I want to believe all of us are aware that we have the head of state in the province. That's how they are at the stadium following the football match there. So he sent us not to come and deliver a speech, but just to encourage you that let's keep the fire burning. Let's be following these issues of public debt, especially as the young ones. Because the debt which is being contracted today is going to be paid by you. So if we don't take interest, we are going to find ourselves in a situation where we'll be dealing with the debt which we don't need to pay.
As CSPR, we would like to thank all the participating schools, universities, for giving us this wealth of knowledge or information that you actually had to extract from different sources. And we are glad that it is through such platforms that information is being shared even among your peers. This technology that we have today has made it easy. As we were debating here, people were watching on different forums and they were able to actually get facts about public debt. We want to rule out the misconceptions about public debt and engage that people in factual debates or maybe factual discourse, which is able to even make them, capacitated to hold the government accountable or to demand prudent public debt management.
I'm Jared Njelo. I'm the National Coordinator for the Democratic Governance and Human Rights Advocates, DECA. I think as an organization, we first of all want to congratulate the Civil Society for Poverty Reduction for organizing this debate in Launshya. I think this is a town where such events rarely happen. Instead of having these events maybe in Kitwe or in Dola or somewhere else, but they've brought it to the town of Launshya. I think this is something that is very good. And then for the debaters, it's an opportunity for the students from higher learning institutions where they were able to research. It gave them an opportunity to research before they came for debate, and it gives them more understanding about issues of the debt management, the national development, and also it helps the young people to understand what role they can contribute in the economic development in our country, and also on issues of poverty reduction, what role can the young people play. So this debate, I think it's not about winners and losers, but I think the thing we've seen is that it's more of educative and also reminding young people of the bigger responsibility that they have. The majority are young people and they need to participate national issues, because there's nothing like it doesn't affect me, everybody is affected. So it's very good that the target is the young.
My name is Martin Tambaskonda. I work with the Jesuit Center for Theological Reflection of Blessed People. Today we've just witnessed two sides of debate between Mukuba University, other schools that were involved, NORTEC, and also Launshya Technical and Business College. What I've liked about today is the level of knowledge that I've witnessed from the students. This is very important because the level of knowledge that we see in the students is not only beneficial to them as students, but it is also beneficial to the communities where they're coming from. You agree with me that the debt aspect of the economy is very, very important in our country, and it is important that civil society organizations such as yourself, CSPR, and others should join hands in ensuring that this information on debt is disseminated. So this was very important. I enjoyed the session.
Well, I happen to be one of the panelists that won the second round, which had the motion which states debt repayment should be prioritized over social sector spending in Zambia, which we debated against NORTEC and we emerged as victorious. With that motion, I learned a lot, both from the opposing side as well as the proposing side. From our side, which happens to be the opposing side, I learned a lot, especially myself as a debater, because I learned the benefits of not prioritizing debt repayment over social sector spending in Zambia, as well as from our colleagues from NORTEC. I learned the benefits of prioritizing debt repayment. That's what I learned from this round.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as you can hear from the actual person that was on the panel, this is nothing more than advocacy. This is awareness. It's very good to actually hear how you are able to put that in and just be impacted with the knowledge when it comes to issues to do with family. So, for a fellow young person, somebody that is in another institution, what remarks do you have to them when it comes to such national issues? Why should we as young people engage ourselves in such critical issues?
It's very important for young people in other institutions to know these things that are the current affairs of the nation, because as a youth, I believe as youth we are the future leaders of tomorrow. We need to know the current depths of the country, where this economy is driving at, because we will be held accountable in the future if we don't participate in the matters of the nation.
My name is Lisa, and what I've mostly learned is that our country has a lot of minerals and it can help us from stopping by borrowing a lot of money.
So it's a practical importance for us as we are building our confidence levels, for us to build the confidence necessary by airing out our concerns in public forums. We're not just joined by young people, but we're joined by people that are already in the system. So them grading our competence right now is as good as telling us to say you're well able, you're well capable, young people to really run the system with time. So for me, this was a rapturous moment for me because it is reflecting the value that we young people are setting upon ourselves to such an extent that even the people that are already in the system are more than ready to recognize and appreciate it.
From Mr. Martin there, we move on to Mr. Musa Pendapiri. From Mr. Musa there, we have Mr. Banji Nabo representing ESF, the Economic Association of Zambia. We equally have Mr. Mtelo in the house, so you give a round of applause. Then we have no other than Ms. Beatrice Usoda, representing Ministry of Youth, Sport and Arts.
Speaker of the Prime Minister in the first round. Not the best speaker of the Prime Minister in the second round.
I'm not the best speaker, I'm the elaborator.
I'm not the best speaker, I'm the supporter.
I'm not the best speaker, I am the chief whip.
I'm not the best speaker, I'm the supporter.
I'm not the best speaker, I'm not the best speaker, I'm the external relations.
I am the best speaker.
So that's the CSPR team right here at CBU, Copperbelt University. So we're about to go see the officials here at CBU. Follow us as we do this.
When we look at the current kind of CSPR operates, mostly we also come in to drive policy direction. Yes, so I think that is one key area where we actually influence policy. Like my colleagues have been like make suggestions to the Ministry of Finance. The priority area that what I mentioned here, that actually is something that we take very seriously. So I think we can advocate against government so that we lobby for funds to be channeled to such kind of spending. I think we look at the plight of the marginalized, and that is what we also think.
And to advocate for food and state management at national level, we have to start also engaging the young ones in this conversation.
We should also do something for our teachers.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really bad, seriously. I do something for our teachers. I lot of them are very bad things.
Just thought we'd come from so that we hear from you on the possibility of yes.
Thank you very much for that background. Awareness raising. We do conduct similar events, just even public forums and all that, days. And we thought just engaging students where they can just interchange ideas and ideas. So we have other universities that are participating as well. We have CBU, we have Launshya Business College. Yes. And I think which other ones? NORTEC, yes, I think it's 1 to 4. Okay. So these are the ones that are secured participation.
Wonderful. Let me just find out which of these do you feel?
I think none.
None.
Happy day!